presenting to you the Aputure AL-M9 small video lighting system. And here it is, a small LED on-camera light which costs only about $50 and is so lightweight that you can carry it almost everywhere. It has a high CRI rating of 95, that means a full spectrum of light for natural skin tones if you intend to shoot portraits with it. The battery life is about 1.5 hours and it took me 2 hours to get this thing fully charged by my Anker fast charger, which is not included in the package by the way. The light is daylight balanced at 55,000 Kelvin, which matches with my other Aputure lights, the Amaran 672C and the LS1 Lightstorm. So when I initially received the package, it was so small that I was kind of worried that it wouldn't be bright enough. I mean, after all, it's just 9 LED lights, right? So I took it out of the box and it came in this beautiful, nice, soft pouch with a belt clip, but this has been living inside my backpack for the last 2 months actually, and I've been using it a lot. I haven't been able to post this review, but let's see what's inside this pouch. Firstly is this beautiful Amaran AL-M9 light. Secondly, you have this gold shoe mount. You can attach it to your M9 and you can then put it on top of your camera or any place that supports a hot shoe. I was thinking of adapting it to a monopod so that we can use it in a different way. This is the micro USB cable and obviously the battery is inside the M9 so you can charge it using your power bank. Other things are included are 3 colored gels. First is a tracing paper and these are 2 papers. One is around a golden brown kind of a color and the second one is a blue one. Now I'd like to show you how you can attach it to the provided mount. So it just goes in, slides in very simply from the top, and then all you have to do is tighten this screw at the back and it attaches very firmly. So we just attach it this way and then you can loosen it up and you can slide it from the side and again attach it that way. So these are both ways that you can attach. One big feature about this is you can use it on top of your gimbal because the light is so lightweight. Gimbal can take both the light and the camera and it will just balance fine. On this side you have the plus and minus switches which adjusts the brightness of this light, and it is a 9-step adjustment. We were on the brightest setting and now we are going back to the absolutely least bright setting. You already have the on and off switch, that's easy, and the port for charging, which is a standard micro USB port. You also have this top blue light which is showing your status light whether your light's on or not, but I guess you can simply figure it out by looking at the light itself. The front diffusion panel is magnetic, it comes off and it snaps back in, and that means with all these diffusion panels that they've given, you can just put it on and snap it together. It's that simple. So if you've never used lights and you're kind of worried how to use them, this is going to be a very good thing to start up. When you're shooting daytime, it's not bright enough, but when the sun goes down or you're shooting falling light and you want your subject to light up a little bit with a very nice sunset in the background, the subject can simply hold it in his or her hand and it will put that beautiful light on his or her face. It will take the noise off the face, so the model's face will be properly exposed and the background will be there like the beautiful sunset. I saw a video by Sydney Dongshang who has made some very creative usage with this light, and it's also a favorite light of his, so I'll link that video here so you should also check it. Along with the things that he has shown, we've also come up with some other usage for this light and that I'd like to share with you in this video. Vloggers have very limited space for carrying equipment around and are often one-man army. A small LED light like this can be the perfect equipment for vlogging in low light conditions and outdoors. I often do tech reviews and shoot them in falling sunlight. However, as the shots are way too many, when the daylight starts to fade, I quickly use the M9 to light up the subject for a more dramatic effect and also to keep the noise levels down on the video. I let my friend borrow this light and he came back with some stunning night portraits. All of these shots were exposed for the background and then we put a nice soft fill on the model's face to capture the subject along with the background and to create the beautiful bokeh effects. So this is not a flash and it will never be as bright as a flash in usage for daytime, but at nighttime it does have an advantage over photographic flashes, and that is because of its lesser brightness, you can actually keep the background and the subject both exposed together. I'm talking about outdoor portraits, of course, but the downside is that even for night portraits, you have to be very close to the subject to use it as an on-camera light. While we were doing some wider shots or when the camera was further away from the model, we simply asked her to hold the light in her hand, and that created some dramatic results. When shooting in a completely dark or cramped area like an elevator or a jam-packed nightclub where you cannot bring in a bigger light, this light does wonders. Even for the casual selfie, this light can produce dramatically great results. I personally use the M9 to light up my face and turn off all the rest of the lights off in my room on my Instagram live sessions. By the way, if you have to check out my Instagram, it's Ride with Rahul. My motorcycle shoots are often limited to all the gear that I can pack into a single backpack. And on these shoots, even my Amaran 672C is too big to carry, and I carry the M9 instead. You might be thinking that while shooting in bright daylight, what good can this small light do? Well, sometimes we're shooting very close to the motorcycle for cinematic shots, and this nice fill light can light up some interior places like underneath the frame or places where the natural daylight is not reaching. So it does have its usage. Overall, we're in love with the Amaran M9, and the simple reason is that I shoot with very little crew and I have very little space inside my backpack for a proper LED light. So this one stays with me every time, and if you're doing one-man run and gun sort of video work, I would definitely ask you to pick this one up. But let's look at some of the downsides before we go. The angle of the light cannot be adjusted while it's mounted on the camera, and that is because of the nature of the mount. The color temperature cannot be changed on this light, though they have provided some gels, so with that gel you can do a little bit of adjustment to your color temperatures. I sometimes feel that if it had a little bit more brightness, it would be a lot more versatile. Luckily, Aputure Tech does listen to its customer feedback, and they have 2 more lights which are still compact but a bit more brighter than this, and I'll link all the 3 compact lights in the video description below if you're interested. For me, however, the M9 is always going to live inside my backpack because I don't even need to think about it. I can pull it out and create an instant light source, and that sometimes saves the shot when there is no other lighting around. And I'm coming back with a big monster light review, that is the Aputure's LS1 Lightstorm. So if you want to see that, do hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell icon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. This is Rahul. Goodbye.